Before we start the actual content of this presentation, you should know that this video has been recorded for use in more than one class. As a result, there may be some things in this video that do not apply to the specific class that you are taking. Please just consider that an added bonus at no extra charge. This particular presentation will cover a number of financial tools used in evaluating dividends and determining company values. In other presentations, there will be other tools examined for more complex analyses. I should also add that the formats have been pre-entered into this video to save time on the video. You most likely won't have that luxury if you are doing this in the real world. So let's get started. As I say in all my videos, the uses and workings of these tools and principles are explained in your textbook or on the web. These videos are just to show how to calculate the numbers and to show in what format the numbers are usually presented. This first problem projects future dividends per share. Many companies who have been in business for a long time and have developed stable or growing incomes over many years pay regular dividends. New companies, particularly ones that need to use their income to grow, may not pay any dividends for many years. Any gain for the investor in a company that didn't pay dividends would be the increase in the value of the company and hopefully in the value of the stock. In this case, a company board has decided that excess cash should be paid out to stockholders. The board has also determined that the company growth is such that the dividend amounts can increase. This is a simple problem, but can help to understand the growth in dividends. And don't forget any lessons that you have learned relating to the time value of money. $2.50 10 years ago is not equivalent to $2.50 now. To fill in the schedule, highlight the workbook cell under Growth Percentage, press the down arrow once, and type in 1.5%. Press the down arrow and type in 1.5%. Press the down arrow and type in 2%. Press the down arrow and type in 2%. Remember that the board has approved an increased percentage after the next 2 years. Next, highlight the workbook cell under Projected Dividend, type in $2.50, and press Enter. Before the formula in the next cell is entered, take note of the last sentence in the instructions. The dividends are to be rounded to the penny. Fortunately, Excel has a function to do that rounding for you. As the formula is entered, you will see how that works. Into the workbook cell under $2.50, type an equals sign, followed by ROUND, and an open parenthesis. Highlight the $2.50, type in an asterisk, type in an open parenthesis, followed by a 1 and a plus. Highlight the 1.5% on the same line on the right, followed by a close parenthesis, followed by a comma, followed by a 2, followed by a close parenthesis, and press Enter. The projected dividend for the first year of increase is $2.54. The formula that determined the $2.54 needs to be copied down into the 3 workbook cells below it. To do so, highlight the $2.54, hold down the Control key, and press the C key. Arrow down one cell and hold the Shift key down. Use the down arrow twice to highlight the projected dividend workbook cells for years 2 through 4, and release the Shift key. Hold down the Control key and press the V key. This schedule is done. To help you understand the rounding function, rounding contains 2 arguments. The first argument is the formula, which is followed by a comma. The second argument tells the function how many decimal places to round to. Since the problem calls for the amounts to be rounded to the penny, 2 decimal places will do that. Please be aware that if the round function is not used, an error can grow as the projections move on. This next problem is a little less complex. It calculates one way of determining the value of the stock. Keep in mind that no matter what is for sale, The only real value is what someone will pay for it. As a result, this formula creates a starting point if someone is thinking of purchasing a particular stock. And remember that the result of any formula is only as good as the data that is used in the formula. In this case, a required rate of return is not always the most solid number. Since the numbers being used in the formula are straight out of the word problem, they have been pre-entered into the format. All it is left to do is to enter the formula. Highlight the workbook cell under stock value, type in an equals sign, highlight the $1.25, type in a slash denoting division, and an open parenthesis. Highlight the 10%, type in a minus, highlight the 3.5%, followed by a close parenthesis, and press enter. Using this method to determine a value of a stock, this company's stock is worth $19.23 per share. The next problem for this video determines an expected rate of return on preferred stock. Since the current price of the preferred stock can change at any time at the whims of the market, this formula is only good at the time the preferred stock is valued on the market. However, if the preferred stock is purchased at that price, this expected rate of return will be locked in. Since the numbers are again very straightforward, they have been entered into the format from the word problem. To calculate the expected rate of return, highlight the workbook cell under expected rate of return, type in an equals sign and an open parenthesis. Highlight the $75, type in an asterisk, highlight the 7.5% and a close parenthesis. Type in a slash denoting division, highlight the $58 and press enter. If purchasing this preferred stock at $58, the purchaser can expect a rate of return of 9.7%. The final problem for this video determines a value of operations for a company. As you probably remember from earlier accounting studies, operations are what makes or breaks a company. There are many other facets to operating a company, like borrowing or lending, or even sales and administration. But without operations, there really is no company. The company in the example is growing and has free cash flow. And like prior problems, the numbers have been filled into the format to save time on the video. They match right out of the word problem. Start by highlighting the workbook cell under the value of operations. Type in an equals sign and an open parenthesis. Highlight the $687,000. Type in an asterisk followed by an open parenthesis, a 1, and a plus sign. Highlight the first 1.3% and type in 2 close parentheses, followed by a slash denoting division, and an open parenthesis. Highlight the 8.5%, type in a minus sign, highlight the 1.3% all the way to the right, type in a close parenthesis, and press enter. The value of operations for this company is $9,665,708. As a hint, be very careful in putting all the parentheses in the right places. You can see where they go from the formula above where the numbers are.